In our today's class, we are going to start the next concept is chemical properties of carbon compounds. So till now, what we have studied what is carbon compounds and the types of we can say we studied about graphite, diamond, and the fullerenes. That is what allotropes of carbon and types of carbon compounds like we studied hydrocarbons and all the hydrates of hydrocarbons like ketone group, carboxylic acids, aldehydes. These are all the types of functional groups what we studied in the previous classes. So now coming to here, these all the concepts what we studied previously is just all will explain about like how the compounds are existed and what is the physical properties of them and what is the families like what kind of bonds are present, we're segregating as saturated, unsaturated, cyclic, or straight chain or branched chain and all. Now coming to here, chemical properties of carbon compounds. So if it comes to here, we will involve in these carbon compounds in certain kind of chemical reactions like oxidation, reduction, and different kind of reactions. What we know we studied in first chapter, and we'll analyze the properties of them. If we'll do the oxidation reaction for saturated compounds, what will happen? Unsaturated compounds, what will happen? Like that, we will study the chemical properties of these carbon compounds. So we know that all the hydrocarbons which we have studied. Can you tell me what is the hydrocarbons we studied? All the alkanes, alkenes, and as well as alkynes. So the most common carbon compounds. Who is the most common carbon compounds? Everybody? Who is that?
Hydrocarbons.
Common carbon compounds. They are the hydrocarbons only. So all the derivatives of hydrocarbons only. Everything, the most common carbon compounds is hydrocarbons, which we all knows that what they are. Alkanes, alkenes, and as well as alkynes. So we are going to study some of the chemical properties of these carbon compounds called hydrocarbons only. So these chemical properties which we are going to study in this next half of this chapter, so that is what it is most important for our board exam and as well as little concentrating subject for 11th and 12th also. Continuity will be there. So we are going to study totally three different kind of chemical reactions of these hydrocarbons, or we can say carbon compounds. So what is the three chemical properties we are going to study here is first one is the well-known reaction for us, that is what combustion reactions. So which we are studying from the long back, the same combustion reactions we are going to study here. So first chapter, do you remember combustion reaction we studied? Can anybody tell me what is a combustion reaction? Yes, please.
Burning.
Burning. That is what we used to say. So that is only the first reaction here, combustion reaction. Just write something is came, notification. It has to be deleted. Write it now. So the three types of properties of chemical reactions we are going to study. Only we are going to study about hydrocarbons. So whenever we will say about carbon compounds, all are derivatives of hydrocarbons only. So that is why hydrocarbons are the most important carbon compounds. We'll study properties of that only always. So right, the first type of chemical reaction we are going to study is combustion reaction. And the next one is substitution reactions. And the third one is addition reactions. So these are the three types of reactions: combustion reactions, substitution reactions, and addition reactions. So remember, combustion reactions occurs in all the types of hydrocarbons. Can you tell me what is the all the types of hydrocarbons which you know to do? Anybody? All the type of hydrocarbons means what it is? All of you. saturated and as well as unsaturated hydrocarbons. Do you understand it? So 1 minute, okay. This is something HPA support assistant notification came. It is once it will go, I will write it. Okay. That is what I am saying. So you remember this combustion reaction occurs. We can notice in both saturated and unsaturated reactions. That is what first you have to remember. So first, what are the three types of chemical reactions we'll study here? Everyone, one is combustion reaction. Second one is what, guys?
Substitution reaction.
One is combustion. Second one is substitution reaction. And the third one is, what is the third one?
Addition reaction.
Okay. So now notice it. This combustion reaction, can you able to see now, Elmukel? Combustion reaction will observe all the types of hydrocarbons, means in the sense of both saturated and as well as what, guys? Unsaturated chemical reactions. So means all the hydrocarbons, saturated hydrocarbons and as well as unsaturated hydrocarbons, we people notice this combustion reaction. But if it comes to the substitution reaction, are given only by saturated hydrocarbons. Can you tell me who is the saturated hydrocarbons? Everybody?
Single bond.
Alkanes. That is the most important thing. Everybody please note it down, because when they will ask in exam, as we know in a recent sample question paper board exam, that is 7th question. Do you remember MCQ? They have asked that substitution reaction only. Where we have to replace under the presence of catalyst, we are just processing. Do you remember, Elmukel? We discussed that question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is what. So saturated and unsaturated both means all the alkanes, alkenes and alkynes undergo the combustion reaction. But substitution reaction will go under only saturated, means in the sense of only alkanes will happen. Same way, if it comes to the addition reaction, it will be given by only unsaturated hydrocarbons. So means what is the only by unsaturated hydrocarbons? Anybody? Only unsaturated.
Alkenes.
Yes.
Alkenes and alkynes.
Only unsaturated is alkenes and as well as alkynes. So first of all, this is what the main information which we need to remember. What is the types of reactions and where we can observe them. So if you are having this knowledge, then in exam they'll ask you if it is combustion or substitution or addition. Then we can first of all we come to know what is either alkanes or alkenes or alkynes are involved in that, so that we can proceed according to that. So this is what it is. Any doubt? Anybody? Are you clear? All of you? Now let us start with the first type of reaction. What is the first type of reaction, everybody? Combustion. So combustion, the most common name of combustion, which we used to call as, what is the combustion? Another name? All of you? Yes, please. Burning. Understanding, all of you? So combustion or burning, whatever we are doing in our daily life, you might be see the first reaction which we have been done in the chapter 1 is the combustion reaction only. You might remember what is the first reaction in class 10th? First chemical reaction,
Magnesium plus oxygen.
burning, another presence of oxygen, which will give you what is that? Magnesium
oxide.
Magnesium oxide. So as it is balancing 2 Mg plus O2 will give you 2 MgO. So it will produce us, along with that, it will produce what, guys? Light and heat energy. And with the name of the light we used to call it as, what is the name called as? Dazzling flame. Remember?
Dazzling.
So combustion or burning, the same thing here. All of you remember, any kind of organic compound, the process of burning of organic compound in air. So whatever the organic compound if you burn, the common compounds which will occur here is carbon dioxide, water, heat and light is only known as combustion. So that is why combustion, whenever if it is any organic compound is burning, definitely they will produce us a huge amount of carbon dioxide, water vapor, heat and light. So that is why most of the carbon compounds burn in air to produce lot of heat energy. So lot of heat is releasing when any kind of carbon compounds will burn, or we can say hydrocarbons will burn. So that is why we will say combustion reaction occurs in both saturated and unsaturated one. So that is the reason if we take the most saturated compounds, who is the saturated compounds? Alkane. Understand? So alkanes burn in air to produce lot of heat. Due to that only we used to called as alkanes are called as. Who is the alkanes, guys? Alkanes means who? Everybody, what is the first member of alkane family? Anyone?
Methane.
Methane.
Next C2H6, next C3H8, C4H10. So if we'll take CH4 and C4H10, we are having a very close relation. C4H10 is used in LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. CH4 we used in compressed natural gas, CNG. Major composition of CNG is methane. Major composition of LPG is butane. Understanding, everyone? So that is why these alkanes undergo the combustion reaction excellently and they will produce huge amount of heat energy. That is why they are called as excellent fuel. Do you understand, all of you, what I am saying? So that is why we will take all the alkanes. If we take like example of a combustion of an alkane, a best one is methane. So remember, one important thing I want to say here, if the number of carbons is decreasing, then the calorific value will increases. Calorific value. This is completely from class 8 chemistry. Can you tell me what do you mean by calorific value? Yes, please. Anyone of you? Mr. Rudreshwar, Kadre, Durga, calorific value. Calorific value means, remember, releasing of heat energy by burning of 1 kg fuel. Do you understand, everybody? So kilojoule per kg, that is the unit of calorific value. Means if I will burn 1 kg of substance, what is the maximum heat energy is producing? So based upon the heat energy, I will say either it is a best fuel or not. Suppose if we'll take hydrogen, if I'll take hydrogen, why we will say hydrogen is the best fuel? Because it will produce 1,50,000 kilojoule per kg. So by burning. So like same way if we'll take wood, if we'll take cow dung, understanding? So this all will produce almost 50,000 joules. 50,000 joules per burning of 1 kg. So that is what based upon the calorific value we will, this is what calorific value we will say. So you don't have any definition, but I'm saying that the best fuel of carbon compounds is, what is the best one? Methane. Understanding? Methane is the highest calorific value fuel. It's an excellent fuel. Remember, because of less number of carbon. If carbon number is increasing, then the calorific value decreases and releasing carbon dioxide will increases. Is it okay, everyone? Please respond. All of you? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason methane is the first one which will produces highest heat energy. So the unit, that measurement, how we can say it's the best fuel or not based upon the calorific value. Remember, calorific value is extra knowledge you must have from the previous classes. But releasing of heat energy by burning of 1 kg of fuel. That is what you have to remember. Total heat energy produced by burning of 1 kg of fuel is called as calorific value. That's all. Is it okay, everyone? Unit is kilojoule per kg. If you want, you can take. So I will say the best fuel is the excellent combustion of alkane is called as methane. So it is a constituent of what? Major constituent of what? Just now I already told. Major constituent of what, guys? CNG is present major constituent of what?
Methane.
That is what I am asking. What is the methane? CNG. CNG means what? Compressed natural gas. So natural gas, we will study that is also, is a major constituent is methane only. And if it comes to the liquefied petroleum gas, our LPG cylinders, butane is the major composition. Now, so when this methane or natural gas burns in a sufficient supply of air, then it will produce carbon dioxide and water vapor, and lot of heat and light energy is produced. So that is what will happen. So now let us take, we all know, let me consider, as you know, methane is a hydrocarbon. First of all, it will burn any kind of carbon. So as we know, like what is the allotropes of carbon? Anybody can tell what is the allotropes of carbon?
Graphite,
Diamond.
Diamond, fullerenes.
Fullerenes.
That is the crystalline structures. Is there only crystalline structures, Alvokil? No amorphous forms of carbon?
Star, sir.
Yes, what is that?
Sooty film.
cook,
Particles.
Remember, coal. You understanding? Coal. All carbon is existed in two forms. That is what I am saying. One is, all are called as allotropes only. So these allotropes are allotropes. We all know allotropes means what? Same chemical properties but different physical appearance. That is what it is. So this allotropes occurs basically in two forms. One is amorphous form. Another one is crystalline form. So amorphous means no geometrical structure. So like we can take coal and types of coal. You might be know types of coals which we will study in the lower classes. So all the types of coal. Crystalline one, 3. One is graphite. Next one is what? Diamond. And third one is fullerenes. So if you burn any kind of allotropes of carbon, so basically they contains pure carbon only. Is it as everybody? So if I burn the carbon in the presence of oxygen, so it is used to produce what, guys? They used to produce what? Anybody? Carbon dioxide plus they will produce huge amount of heat as well as light they will produce. So that is what it will happen. Now, let us take one hydrocarbon. So as I told you, what is the first famous hydrocarbon which we have studied just now is methane. So I will burn the methane under the presence of sufficient supply of oxygen. All of you should remember sufficient supply of oxygen. So can you tell me the equation? What will happen? CH4. Yes, please. All of you. CH4 plus oxygen. So it is used to produce CO2 plus water vapor, heat energy plus light energy. So that is what will happen. So CH4 means what, guys? Smallest hydrocarbon, which is called as methane. So balance it, everybody. So undergo the combustion reaction. I want balancing fastly. Let me see who will say first. Balancing equation. Yes, please. This much time. They're asking in our textbook also. You can check it. Balancing they are asking. So balance this. Balance the two reactions like what you learned in the first chapter.
2O2, 2H2.
2H2, 2O2.
Very good. 2H2, here 2H2 will come and here 2O2 will come. Balance. Very good. Super. So everybody should learn that balancing equation one time will make it means that's not. Every time you have to learn it. So CH4 plus 2O2 will gives you CO2 plus 2H2O. Okay, along with that huge amount of heat and light energy. Now, let us take one more thing. I will say the compound formula. Can you guess the name and tell me? First of all, CH3CH2OH. Let me see. Everybody will say the name. How you will say the CH3 CH2 COH. First of all, first find the functional group. I want the everybody's functional group. What is the functional group present here?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Everyone, that is what. So as it is alcohol, so suffix or prefix? Identify suffix or prefix.
Suffix.
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 Suffix. OL. So alkane plus OL will give you, what is that? Sorry.
Alcohol.
So now tell me what is the compound name of this one? Everybody, CH3CH2OH.
Ethanol.
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 H3OH means it will come the structure like this. Is it S or not? You just tell me. So H, and H. We all studied. It's the second compound of. No, it is the primary member of alcohol group. Is it S, Helmukel? Brothers? Second member. Second member, I think. Is it S?
Second member.
Second member. Because first member only H is equals to S. Second member it is. So second member, what is the name of this one? All of you.
Ethanol.
Ethanol.
Ethanol. So now let me take this ethanol. This ethanol is burning under the presence of oxygen. Now tell me what is the products will come fastly. All of you. Yeah, please. Again, it is also what? Alcohol. This is a
Carbon dioxide heat
Yes,
to
what?
water.
Yes, it will
Light
produce carbon dioxide, water vapor plus heat energy plus
Light energy.
light energy. So balance it fastly, all of you. I want balancing. Don't take much time. You have to balance it very sharply without keeping a pen. Without keeping a pen, you have to balance it. Let me see who will balance first. C3COH plus O2 gives you CO2 plus H2O plus heat and light energy. So this is what it is. So balance it fast. Anybody? My friend? Girls? Alana?
2CO2, 3H2O.
Yes, yes. Somebody saying? Brothers? Give it a. Tell me. Think and do it. Don't simply do it. We want hard work. Thinking smart work is more important than you have to think and do it.
2CO2, 3H2O. Sir.
Is it correct? Brothers?
H2O.
Huh?
Sir, before
Yeah.
CO2,
2O2, 2CO2, 3H2O.
Very good. So now you see that. Sorry if I'm feeling difficult to balance this one. Let us write it as a condensed formula. Can you tell me how it will write? C2H5OH. Can I write it or not? All of you? Yes, please. C2H5OH means the same thing. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you can write it. So CO2 plus H2O plus heat energy and as well as light energy. So now you can balance it very easily. You just check it now. So see, two hydrogens are there, but here, sorry, two carbons are there, but here only one carbon is there. So first of all, I will balance what, guys? Carbon. Now carbon is balanced. Now just check it. Hydrogens here 6 is there, but here how many is there? Only 2 is there. Can I balance here with the 3? Yes, please, all of you. So whatever you are, we have to be balanced very smart way. So now hydrogens are here 6. How hydrogen 6 here? Check it. 5 plus 1, 6. But here how many? Only 2. So now I'll balance with 3. So 3 to 6. Now oxygens tell me. 2 2s are 4 and 3. 4 plus 3 7. And here how many is there? Only 3 are there. So what will come, guys? All of you? 3 more. That's all. Understand? So that's all it is. Is it right or wrong? Now check it, verify it. Is it balanced or not? All of you should That's all.
Yes, sir.
C2H5OH, even if you want, you can represent. So as it is in liquid state and it is in gaseous state, so we are going to get all the products is what state? Gas plus gas only. It's water vapor. Please, all of you remember. It's a vapor form. Vapor state. Okay, clear everybody? Hope everybody understand. So, like this, any kind of carbon compounds, hydrocarbons, if you burn, see that pure carbon, that is what allotropes, and this is the hydrocarbon, and this is the derivative of hydrocarbon. If you burn anything, it will always will get what, guys? It will get the carbon dioxide, water vapor plus heat and light energy. So now, let us comes to here, methane, as we know, it will produce a lot of heat on burning. So it is used as a fuel in homes, transport, and as well as in industry also. And that is why the cooking gas, if we'll take, we will use basically a CNG gas, which is used to produce huge amount of heat energy. But as it is, CNG is a natural gas which is available, like as it is a non-renewable source of energy. So we are depending on one more gas, that is what cooking gas called as LPG gas, which we are using in our homes mainly. So, which is also contains a main alkane. What is the main alkane called as? Present in LPG.
Butane.
Butane.
Understanding? Butane. But this is also, remember, it is a gas, and it will also contains a lot of, like, that is also least carbon, C4H10. It's a next lowest level only. It will form a carbon dioxide water vapor with a lot of heat and light energy. So due to that only, we will say butane is also an excellent fuel. And you remember all the carbonates compounds, we can use it as a fuels because they will burn in air by releasing a lot of heat energy. So that is what you all should understand. Now, let us go back to the NCRT. All of you should open your NCRT and read page number 69. That activity we have to read. Of course, I cannot show you the activity directly, but we can see the activities in form of video, or we'll see virtual lab. So I hope everybody can see the activity 4.3 and activity 4.4. Is it yes, guys? Can you able to see it or not? Yes. So now this is the most important activity. Definitely we people we are going to get the question. So what is that means? So observe all of you. They're saying something. You might be notice it. Please check it, everybody. So what they're saying here is caution. This activity needs to teacher assistance. So all of you observe. Take some carbon compounds. So what is the examples of carbon compounds which we people knows? Naphthalene balls, which we observe in our daily life. If you observe the camphor, if you observe the alcohol, one by one in a spatula. Spatula means you might be visit the chemistry lab. Is it as guys? A spoon-like thing, which is having a plain surface in one corner and another things. This is what we used to call as spatula. Have you seen this one, everybody, in our chemistry lab?
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Called as spatula.
Yes, sir.
So now this activity, definitely one question will come. More probability asking question from this activity. So that is why concern much about this activity. Now observe very carefully. Now we have to take some carbon compounds like naphthalene, camphor, alcohol one by one on spatula and burn them. Observe the nature of the flame and note whether the smoke is produced or not. That is the primary thing. Next, place a metal plate above the flame. Is there a deposition on the plate in the case of any of the compounds? That is what sooty flame. If you'll observe, we will observe a powder form of carbon. That is what they are asking. So same way activity 4.4. Light a Bunsen burner and adjust the air hole. You might be all knows air hole. We will get the different amount of flame, different type of flame in the Bunsen burner. Yes or no? Yellow flame, blue flame, or is not needed. You can see, as we know, wood is also a carbon compound. It will burn the wood, and LPG also a carbon compound. It will burn the LPG. What are the two flames you are observing by burning wood and by burning LPG? Fastly, you should tell.
Yellow and blue flame.
Yes. If you'll observe the by burning of wood, we'll get only yellow flame. But if you'll observe the by burning of gas, we'll observe, you can see blue flame. So when the wood is burning in our home or near to your kitchen or somewhere, you might be noticed, along with the yellow flame, we will observe the black soot kind of smoke is going above that. And if you keep the finger or your palm above that, you'll get within a minute of time, we will get a black color substance is depositing on our hand. Is it yes, guys? Yes or no? Can you able to see the screen now? Please tell me. NCERT book, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is what will happen. So activity 4.4 is that one. So now, for example, you might be having a candle in your home. So candle also you can check it. Candle is made up of what, guys? Wax. Is it yes or no? Paraffin wax. It is one of the byproduct of petroleum. Now, if you'll observe, you might be notice when the candle is burning, if you will keep your hand above the flame, you will get a black color powder like substance is forming on your hand. Is it yes or no? Yes, please. All of you.
Yes, sir.
Now, or else you might be visited the villages in houses in villages. You might be noticed. So where they are using firewood as a burning fuel, you see that their surroundings, all the kitchen, everything will be turned into blacky. All the walls and all. Have you noticed it? They'll be having chimneys also. Those who are using a firewood as a burning fuel, they'll be having chimneys in their homes. Yes, no? For what we get that smoke releasing things. Yes or no, guys? See that it will be turns into completely black in color. Because of why, guys? By burning a firewood, we'll get what? A sooty flame. Understanding? Yellow and sooty flame. So that sooty flame contains unburnt carbon. That is what I want to express correctly. And same way, when you burn the gas, like LPG gas or CNG gas, we'll never notice any kind of black deposition on the walls. Same way, how many of you know kerosene? Nowadays, before ration shops and all they used to give, you might be here, but nowadays they stopped. Government is stopped producing kerosene, selling kerosene also. Kerosene, how many of you know? Kerosene is one of the byproduct of petrochemical things. Is it yes or no? All of you. So this kerosene also having low calorific value, having more number of carbons. So when the kerosene burns also, you might be noticed in our roadside that people, those who are selling that groundnuts or this what we can say that corn and all, they used to burn still kerosene stove only. More smoke is used to produce. So that is what these two activities. So observe this nature of flame in both cases, activity 4.3 and activity 4.4. So what is the changes we'll observe? That is what is very important. So all of you should remember from all the observations I'm saying, saturated hydrocarbons. Who is the saturated hydrocarbons? Fastly, everybody should know. Yes, please. Saturated hydrocarbons. Mr. Rahul, who is the saturated hydrocarbons? Saturated hydrocarbons, who is this, guys?
Alkanes.
Okay. Understanding? They will give you a clean flame, smokeless flame, and non-sooty flame. All of you should remember. And coming to the unsaturated hydrocarbons, will give you yellow flame with lots of black smoke. That is the 2 points all of you should write. First point. What is the first point we'll write? Everybody? Can you able to see the Word document? Hello, Gil? Brothers?
Sir.
Yeah, please write. What is the first point we'll write? Saturated. So saturated hydrocarbons, they are the best fuels, always will produce us a clean flame with a huge amount of heat energy. Please all of you write. Or non-sooty flame. Is it okay, guys? Yes, please. So because of why, guys? I already told you. Because of why? Low carbon percentile or high carbon percentile. Anybody? Percentage of carbon is low or high?
Low.
Low. So number of carbons is decreasing. The efficiency of the fuel is increases. This statement you have to note it. Nowhere in the books will be mentioned. Even in NCERT and any other books also, it will be never. Okay, so that is relationship between number of carbons and